And what's going on, my people? I'm back at it again. I go by the name of Desolo, and this is day 2 of talking music business with myself, aka Desolo. And today we're gonna talk about, let's talk about what we were building upon yesterday. And the two topics that we're gonna be talking about today is making it in the music business, and then we're gonna talk about day jobs. All right. So let's start. What is making it? What is making it in the music business? And I'm asking you that question because it's a really important thing. I'm going to say this. In the music business, it's one of the only professions in the world. And let me say this again. The music business is one of the only professions in the world that success equals, or at least people think it equals, superstardom. And you know what I'm saying is true because you feel it as a musician like that. That's what we all strive to do. We want that stardom. We want to be famous. Does that make sense? So what is making it? Now, to caveat to that, let's talk about a small business. Let's say you go into a store and there's a great small cafe that you love, and the food is great and it's amazing, and they make pretty good money. Compare that to McDonald's or Chipotle. Do you think those business owners are making it? Or does it really matter? Why? It doesn't matter because success in anything you do is relative. Think about that. Don't get caught up that the only way you're going to be successful in the music business is that you have to be a superstar. Because it's not going to happen, guys. I'm going to give you a statistic that you guys might not like, but it's the truth. And here it is. 98 out of 100 artists signed by any record label fails. Think about that. 98% of artists that get signed to a record label, a major record label, fail. And there's many reasons for this. It could be that when you get signed, all right, you have an A&R that loves you, and maybe they get fired. In the music industry, it happens like that. There's a new CEO takes over, and then he doesn't care about you. And then they just shelf you. And before they shelf you, they tell you, hey, all the money we gave you, you better give it back. You better give it back because that's in the contract. We gave you in advance and we're not going to release your masters. And this is the things that you hear about, like in TMC. Like, remember what happened with Lil Wayne not too long ago? There was this huge thing with Birdman that he didn't want to release the masters and all this crap. And that's why you always hear all this talk about masters and stuff. And it's interesting. Look what just happened not too long ago with Shakira. Shakira just sold all her masters for about like 100 million or less than that, I think, actually. Why? Because it's hard making money in streaming. The thing is that she just sold it because screw that. Let's just get paid. Let me get paid right now because you want financial stability, and that's what these artists want. Now, with stardom, because that's the idea that we have in the music business, you know? If you are not super famous, you're not making it in music, right? With that is, we have another bad thought, something that's been taught in our parents in the past, and that is that you're going to get discovered. Look, guys, you're not going to get discovered. The days, yes, there are some exceptions. Think about that. There are some exceptions that people in the industry, they get, like Justin Bieber, they find him. But that's not true, because if you look at how that even happened, he wasn't just found or scouted, you know? There are some exceptions. But the exceptions are not the rule, guys. And the rule right now in the music business is that nobody is going to sign you if nobody knows who you are. Why are they not? Because it takes too much money, guys. It takes way too much money and hard work to break an artist out. And then after you do all of that and you put that money, you have to keep going, and you have to hope that the artist keeps delivering music that the people like. And it's a hard thing to do. Now, what is making it to you? And I say this again because I'm gonna keep asking you questions, because these are questions as a musician. It's all gonna be individual. Okay? Maybe making it to you is just being a regional artist. Maybe making it to you is just doing shows around your city or your region, the West Coast, East Coast, Middle America, wherever you are. Maybe that's what you need to be doing. Look, guys, making it is relative. Remember that. Stardom does not mean that you made it, because you could have a lot of stardom and be broke. We've seen the stories. We laugh at these artists all the time when they get famous and they get money and then they spend it and we laugh. Look, just because you have stardom doesn't mean you make it. That's just the beginning. And all these people, like I was talking about in the first episode, you can't get caught up in that, guys. You can't get caught up in that. Making it should be, guys, is when you're able to pay your bills using your music, your creative self. That's when you made it. All right, guys? It's too easy. All right? This episode's probably going to be shorter, but that's fine because we're getting into the topics. Okay? The second thing that I want to talk about is day jobs. As a musician, everybody has day jobs. And let me read you a great quote. If you are a songwriter, you want a job that takes your body, but not your mind. Because you want your mind to be writing songs. And if you work in an office, it takes your mind. Think about that. You need to think as an artist, as a musician. You need to think about what type of job you have. If you're spending 12 hours a day in front of an office using your mind, do you think, honestly, that you're going to write the best music? Or you're going to be exhausted. Mentally, you're going to be exhausted. So you need to be careful on what type of jobs you have, specifically if you're serious about music. Some people believe that they're serious about music, but they're not. A day job is just to pay your cost of living. If you're working right now and you are a musician and you're spending more than your cost of living, and that's rent, food, transportation, healthcare, the basics, right? You pay that. That's your basic cost of living, right? After that, you should be grabbing every single little penny you have and putting it into your music. If you don't do that, if you are not ready to do that, just throw in the towel already. And I'm not saying this, guys, to put you down and not build you up. No, I'm saying this because I want to help whoever's listening to this make a choice. Are you in it or are you out? Because there's no in between. In between is a waste of time. In between, it's not going to get you anywhere. All right? A day job is just for the cost of living. And the end goal is to quit that day job and make money making music. Okay? Get that. You cannot spend 12, 15, 10 hours a day on a day job and then give 2-3 hours to your music and expect your music to blow up. Because music itself is a job. It's a career. It's a profession. I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but it's the truth. It's not a hobby. I mean, it can be a hobby, but if you are a serious musician, it shouldn't be a hobby. It's a job. You need to treat it like a job. When you go to work, you don't have people bothering you. You work your hours and you work it straight. And we don't do this. A lot of musicians, I've seen, even with myself, I had that problem. I don't treat this as a job. AKA, discipline. You need to be disciplined in what you do and what you spend your time, especially if you're a musician, guys. It's not going to work out. And let me tell you something, guys. Don't get caught up in promotions. Because let me tell you what happens with a musician that gets caught up in promotion. Because it's a dangerous road, guys. Jobs, as a musician, we're different, guys. We are different. We are built different. We think different. And I know what you're talking about. I know you know what I'm talking about. We are different type of people. So you cannot get caught up in your day job, guys. You cannot. If you're chasing that next promotion, and this advice goes with anything you're trying to do in life. If you're getting caught up in your day job that you hate, and you're so worried about getting that next promotion, you're never going to quit that job. You're never going to do what you want to do. You're never going to be happy with what you're doing. Why? Because you're getting caught up in that job. You're getting too comfortable. You're never going to quit that job. You're going to have to keep going back to that job every day. And you're going to put music in the back burner. And you need to make a choice. Make a choice to yourself. Either make music and make that a priority, or quit music. Don't waste your time anymore, guys. You cannot be wasting your time doing both. Be in it to win it. And it's hard. Ain't nobody told you this was going to be easy. And everybody that does music know this is hard. And it's not going to stop here. Once you get in the door, it's like, right, you're working just to get your foot in the door. And right you get your foot in the door, you're trying to open that door, because that door is heavy, guys. And to get inside, that's success. Success lies inside of that door. And to be able to pry it open, you're going to have to be disciplined. You need to make a decision in your life as a musician. Are you going to be a half-in musician, or are you going to be a musician that is disciplined? Because that's what we lack as musicians. Because we're too artistic. We're trying to do everything. We're trying to, we cannot sit here and lie to ourselves that, I'm different. People are going to find me. People are not going to find you, guys. There's millions of people. You need to go out there and help people find you. And that's what I was talking about at the beginning of episode 1. Go back and watch it. You cannot accept promotions. The more promotions you accept at work, and your soul, your spirit calls for music, the more you're going to get caught up in that job. You're never going to quit. And you know what's going to happen that's even worse? Most people, 90% of people, and I've done this myself, not anymore, but I've done this, will stay at a job, and we're musicians. We think, oh yeah, I'll do this spare time. I just need money to promote. I need money. You know what happens? The more that you work and the more money you make, most of us raise our costs of living. We want to live, we make more money, we can do this. And what happens? What happens in 5 years? You keep doing that. We get a promotion, we get more in debt. Everybody have drinks. Let's go to the club. Let's party. Let me buy that new chain. And you know what happens? You can't quit that job, because you did not, instead of putting that money into music so one day you can actually get out of that day job, you're living in the now. You're not in it in the long run. So you're never going to be able to quit those jobs that you hate. You're never going to be able to do it. You need to put every penny that you can into your music. And if you're not doing that, you need to really just sit down by yourself and ask why. Why am I not doing it? I think I love music. But you can't be half in, guys. You can't be half in this. If you really want it, you need to make the sacrifice that nothing else matters. And if you have a family, it's really important that you let them know and they have your back. Especially if you have kids and everything, they need to understand. Because if you don't do it, you're not going to make it in this business. This business is cruel. I keep telling people, most don't have the discipline to go work and get a really high paying job for a year. Like, and they call this a 1-year plan, that you go and you get the most high paying job, and that's what you do. And then right when you get off work, you just do your music practice. Most people are not going to be doing that. Most people are done. They cannot write music because those high paying jobs, they pay you for you to think. Most low paying jobs it's hard work. It's labor work. You don't use your mind much, and then you're too tired. You're too tired to do music. I want to be with my friends. I want to hang out. I need to have a social life too. Okay, you can have all of that, but you're making a clear choice that that's more important than music and your career. This music stuff is a career, guys. I'm going to keep saying that. It's a career. It's a commitment. And if you don't treat it as such, you're not going to get anywhere. And like I said, you can't party, guys. There's not much to this. There's 2 topics that we were talking today about, and it's really simple. The first one is, and I'll go back to it, because I have all my notes, guys. I write all of this stuff down. And what does it mean making it? And what does it mean to you? That's the first thing. What does it mean? And you can ask that in any aspect in your life, any career, anything to do with what it is to you making it. And to me, and what it should be to you, is the point in time as a musician that you can pay all your bills being a musician. Try to get jobs that help you, that push you towards the way. Maybe you have a little recording studio and you're really good at what you're doing. Hey, get some clients. There you go. You're making money, pay your bills, and then anything extra, put it into your music. And if you have a regular day job, you need to be careful. Don't get comfortable in that day job, because you're never going to quit it. And you're never going to make enough space for music to be in the center. Okay, it's like the universe knows this. I'm telling you, it's like God, whoever, whatever you believe in, it's like they know how much you want it. Because I've experienced it. Every time that I put it in the back burner, nothing happens. But when I give up 100%, it's hard, and I almost want to quit, but then something happens. And it's beautiful. And that's what you need to do, guys. Day jobs are just for your cost of living. This is a business. This is what startups do. And you see it all the time. We see startups like with computer techs. They're all starving, eating ramen and stuff like that. But we don't do that with music. You know what music artists do? Because we are impatient people. We want to be, like I said, the mentality is for artists is you make it when you are famous. You make it when you have bling bling. So what we spend all our money on the wrong things. We don't market. We don't learn anything. We go party. We go do shows when we don't even have fans. We go spend money when there's no real tangible thing for you to sell. Record labels don't like that, guys. And let me tell you, if you ever get into a position that a record label wants to sign a deal with you and you have 0 fans and 0, you're going to have to sign your life away. And like I said, remember earlier what I said, 98 out of 100 artists that get signed by major record labels will fail. And they will try to make you pay back any advance that they gave you. And they will not release your masters to you, aka meaning you cannot make any money off that music. You can't even use your own music because you will get sued. And that's what happens to a lot of artists. You have no bargaining chip to go to these record labels. And that's the wrong thing to do. Look what Drake did. When he started out, he built his fan base, and then he got signed with Lil Wayne. But he had a fan base, and that's why his bargaining chip was at. He already worked it. He already put in the work. Record labels want to see that you're going to put in the work. Because if you're not putting in the work right now without a label, you think that you're going to put in work. Labels are like, they're a business, guys. You know what I'm saying? They're a business, and they got to make money. And you need to show them that you work hard and you don't even need them. They need you because you can make them money. That's how businesses work. Nobody's going to give you money when you haven't even worked just because, I made a couple songs and I'm the exception. No. You are not the exception. And you can't play that with your mindset. You are not the exception until it happens. And if it hasn't happened, you are yet to be the exception. There are rules to this right now. And the rule is that You need to build a fan base. Okay? All right, guys. This was a shorter episode, but it was straight to the point. And I just want to let you guys know that anything that you want to do in this world and anything that you want to change, look, guys, I always say it. It's in the palm of your hands. You can make that change right now. You can make that change tomorrow. You can make it in a week. But there's one thing in common with that thought. You are in control of what you can and cannot do. If you tell yourself that you can't, you can't. If you tell yourself that you can, you will. And that's it. There's nothing to it, guys. There's really nothing to it. All right? I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys took some advice, and we'll just come back tomorrow and we will continue. We are going to go literally from the beginning of, as an artist, what you need to be thinking about, all the way as if you progress all the way to the top. And I know what you're thinking. Desolo, you haven't made it yet. Are you insane? You're giving me advice when you have yet to make it big. Stardom. Well, what you're saying, you're projecting. Because that's your thought of what making it is. My thought of making it is totally different. I just want to be able to take care of my family and make music and live comfortably. That's it. I don't need to be famous. I just need to make enough. But that's me. And I welcome you to think the same. All right? Well, you guys have a great night. You have a great day tomorrow. And tomorrow, we'll be at it again, guys. I appreciate it. Goodbye. Have a great night.